Welcome to cryptocurrency vlog number 14. My name is Brent Nally. Today is December 8th, 2017.
And hey guys, it's Christopher Lau here with Lau Travel. Bitcoin's been going up and it's been having some dips in the last week. A lot of people don't know what's been really happening, but let's go back to the basic and let's talk a little bit about crypto economics.
So the past couple of weeks, Bitcoin's price has risen dramatically, and then just in the last 24 hours, we've had a little bit of pullback. So Chris and I recorded the last vlog on Wednesday, the 6th of December, and we were wondering if Bitcoin was going to hit $14,000 USD before we could film vlog 14. And so, of course, Bitcoin rocketed through and basically hit 14,000 by the time we finished the vlog. Bitcoin then hit 17,000 USD yesterday. Personally, I saw Bitcoin trading at $18,700 on a South Korean exchange. So there's been a lot of confusion about how there could be such massive arbitrage in the Bitcoin price. And for those who don't understand what arbitrage is, it's just basically having the same good or product or commodity being priced differently in different places in the world for various reasons. So in normal global financial markets, we do not have much arbitrage. So the little bit of arbitrage that we still do have in this world, non-crypto and normal fiat banking, is handled by high frequency traders. So we will eventually have high frequency trading coming into the cryptocurrency market as this market matures. But right now, basically, the reason why there's so much arbitrage is because imagine that you are a South Korean citizen and you want Bitcoin, you own the South Korean won, that's the fiat currency of South Korea, and you go on to a few different exchanges in South Korea where you can buy Bitcoin, and there the price is trading higher because that exchange is only taking the South Korean won. They're not taking US dollars. Just like here in America, we go to Coinbase and we use US dollars. We are not going to use euros or Japanese yen or South Korean won or any other of the 200 something fiat currencies to buy Bitcoin using Coinbase. So I hope that makes sense. It is a little complex, but for the purpose of this vlog, we're going to keep this simple. So sticking with current news before we get into the meat of this vlog, which is crypto economics, we're going to talk about the CBOE, which stands for the Chicago Board of Exchange, going live on Sunday, December 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with Bitcoin Futures Exchange. And then the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, is going live on December 18th with Bitcoin futures contracts. So we're not going to get into tons of details in this right now, but just understand that this allows institutional investors, very qualified, wealthy people who purchase future contracts to be exposed to Bitcoin. So if they want to short Bitcoin, now they have an opportunity to short Bitcoin, whereas they didn't before. Generally, when futures contracts are available for a product or asset class, it will stabilize that product or that asset class. And that's what many investors are expecting to happen to the Bitcoin price on the daily, weekly, and monthly standpoint, and maybe even yearly as well. So we're looking for Bitcoin to be a little bit more stable. It runs up like crazy in the year, and in the day, week, and month, Bitcoin can be incredibly volatile. So now people who have been wanting to short Bitcoin, so people who don't believe in Bitcoin, can now short Bitcoin with the futures contract. Basically placing a bet that anytime in the future, they believe that Bitcoin's price will be lower than now or lower than a certain time. So it's a little complex again, but that's the news for now. All right, so let's get into the meat of the vlog. Crypto economics. What the heck does that word mean? Why am I talking about this? There has been massive run up in the Bitcoin price in the past couple weeks. And really there's even been a more massive run up in the overall cryptocurrency asset class. So many altcoins have risen a lot in value. So we've shown this chart before on this vlog, and I recommend that you pause the video right now and study this chart for a few minutes. So as you can see on this chart here, there's only one red item for Bitcoin. And that red item shows the sovereign or government issued or fiat aspect of Bitcoin. So I would actually argue that this is a positive for Bitcoin, giving Bitcoin completely green on the right side, meaning that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are the best form of money that the human species has ever seen period. That's why the price is continuing to go up. This is the fundamental thing that most people do not understand. And this is why the world is changing quickly with the introduction of cryptocurrencies, and will continue to change regardless of what any politician or government person does. So the reason why I think that Bitcoin being non-fiat, in other words, non-government issued, is a positive thing. In other words, it's a feature that Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, put into the Bitcoin open source software. And it's not a bug of this software. This is not a problem or a mistake that Satoshi did not think about. This was planned very, very carefully by Satoshi Nakamoto, in my opinion, from reading and researching very much about Satoshi Nakamoto. And so the reason why this is very important is because it makes Bitcoin censorship resistant. The decentralization aspect of Bitcoin is important, but decentralization is not the goal here. Decentralization is a means to the end. The end goal is censorship resistance, meaning that party A, me, can send money or value over a network being Bitcoin, to party B. It could be somebody I know or don't know. It doesn't matter. I trust in the system. I trust in Bitcoin, and it has censorship resistance. So there's absolutely nothing that any politician, any criminal, any stranger on the planet can do to stop me from sending that value over the network. This is a big deal, and this is a big value proposition of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that truly have censorship resistance. For any cryptocurrency that's actually operating as a company that has maybe titles like CEOs and employees and a physical office space, this is a positive because they can be more productive and they can congregate and they can strategize to solve problems. But it's also a massive negative because any government entity can come in and shut them down. That is not something that can happen with Bitcoin because there is no Bitcoin offices. There are no Bitcoin employees. And there are developers working on the open source software of Bitcoin. But if government entities stop them or shut them down, then that aspect of Bitcoin will just become decentralized and the open source software developers will become more private and secretive. So Bitcoin's run up a lot in price in the past couple weeks, and a lot of people are coming to me and say, Brent, when do I sell? Brent, this price is crazy, there's gonna be a pullback. I agree that there was gonna be a pullback, but it's very difficult to time when that pullback is. People spend entire careers learning how to trade markets and still aren't perfect. So if you think that you can trade better than professionals, then have at it. But it's a very difficult thing to do. I am holding Bitcoin long term. And what this vlog is about is why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin and the overall cryptocurrency market long term. So in other words, we're getting back to the fundamentals. So if we study this chart, we know that there are actually traits to money. There's characteristics that make things money. Gold has been money longer than any other thing on this planet for about 5,000 years at least, based off all the historical records that we can view. And there's a great book that I've mentioned on this vlog and I highly recommend reading. You can find it on Amazon. It's called The Ascent of Money. If you're not a big reader, there's also a great documentary on YouTube that I've mentioned on this vlog called The Ascent of Money. So trait number one of money is fungible or fungibility. And you can see there that gold, fiat, and Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies are all very fungible. What that basically means is that if I hand you $1 or I hand you a bar of gold or I hand you Bitcoin, transfer you Bitcoin, then it means that you're not concerned about where that Bitcoin, dollar, or gold came from, and there's no great way of tracking that. So actually, Bitcoin is known to be pseudonymous now. There are ways to be more private or anonymous with your Bitcoin transactions, but we won't get into that for now. So Bitcoin, gold, and fiat currencies are all very fungible. Some people are worried about criminals using Bitcoin. That was true a few years ago. 99.9% of all people using Bitcoin right now are doing it with completely legal, legitimate transactions. Monero is the most used cryptocurrency on the dark web because Monero is the most anonymous cryptocurrency. Zcash and Dash are also thought to be very anonymous cryptocurrencies. So finishing up on fungibility, I think that this is the most important aspect on this chart that's not completely obvious. So most of these you can just kind of read through yourself and figure out what they are and what they mean. But that term fungibility is not understood by most people, and it's not understood how important this is for money if you study money over history and time. So if you're thinking about selling your Bitcoin, thinking that the price has come up too much and it has to come back down, I would say think again. You might be trading Bitcoin and you might be able to make a little bit of money doing that, but you're competing with professionals when you're trying to play that game. What I'm doing is buying Bitcoin and hodling my Bitcoin until I'm gone on this planet, however long that takes. So I'm expecting Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency to become more and more pervasive in our society and acceptable as money. So then I can use that money to spend it on items. So just as a reminder right now, if you're looking to do your holiday shopping, I recommend going to Overstock.com because the founder and CEO of Overstock.com has been accepting Bitcoin for payment for years. And Overstock.com also accepts Ethereum, Dash, Litecoin, Zcash, and Monero. So you can check out with payment on all those, but on Amazon, you just have to use old fiat money. So just a reminder, I am not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm simply sharing how I think about this weird world of cryptographic internet money and how it's decentralized and autonomous and how this is a very new paradigm. The genie's out of the bottle here. And I want to remind everybody, if you haven't yet, smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and click on the little bell so you get email notifications. And also remember to share this vlog, and comments are highly encouraged because we're trying to create a cryptocurrency community of trust here on this vlog where questions can be answered honestly. And we're hoping to gain your trust over time that on this vlog, there will be absolutely no misinformation or disinformation that's put out. And if there is any misinformation that's put out, that we will correct that on this vlog. And so also remember to check out my Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram for great crypto updates as well too. If you're getting excited and want to start following the news a little bit more to understand this market. So there are a couple books that I've read over the years that I believe have helped me understand this crypto economic market more than most folks and be a little bit ahead of the curve here. And if you're interested in reading and taking that next step, so some books that I'd recommend would be The Creature from Jekyll Island. It talks about the backstory of how the Federal Reserve System was created. Another book I recommend is The Starfish and the Spider. This book was written in 2007, and it talks about how decentralization has changed internet businesses. And it talks about how some businesses have succeeded and failed using various aspects of decentralization while also being centralized. And so that is very relevant to Bitcoin, but Bitcoin wasn't even invented in 2007. So it's interesting to go back in time 10 years ago and see these co-authors talking about the aspects of decentralization and how it's very important to how you're structuring a business. The Internet of Money is a great book as well too by Andreas Antonopoulos. It's very short, and The Internet of Money Volume 2 is out as well. For you developers out there, Andreas Antonopoulos also wrote a book called Mastering Bitcoin. All right, so thanks so much for being part of this community, taking the time to watch these vlogs, and comments are encouraged, and we can't wait to see you guys on vlog 15. See ya.